Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you are new, my name is Dave. I am sitting inside of my 2004 C5 Corvette. So if you're into Corvette content, especially C5 content, consider hitting that subscribe button down below. And in today's video, I'm going to be replacing the stock EBrake boot with this new leather EBrake boot that is black with yellow stitching. So let's get into replacing this. Now, I picked up a pair of these boots off of eBay from the seller JF Customs. Read a lot of good reviews about him on the Corvette forums, so I figured I'd give it a shot. It does come with, I did pick up the pair of them, which came with the automatic shift boot, which isn't going to be in this video, and obviously the emergency EBrake boot, which is going to be in this video. I'm going to make two different videos, figuring if you're here for this, you just want to see this and you don't want to see the automatic shift boot and vice versa. So both boots, I believe, were like $45 when you ordered the, when you ordered them together. You can order them separate, but obviously you need to pay a little bit more. So I picked up both, $45. They are black leather. The quality of leather is really, really good. I got yellow stitching. I believe he has various color stitching like red, blue, different colors like that, but I went with the black with the yellow. So first things first, we need to remove the center console here. Now I have a video on how to remove this, and I'm going to link that right up here for you to go check out. So if you don't know how to do that, check out that video on how to remove the center console, and then come on back here and we'll get into replacing the EBrake boot. All right, so here we are with the center console completely removed. There's one thing that I probably didn't point out in that console removal video, is you do have to disconnect the connector for your gas cap. It connects right underneath, right there, underneath the center armrest lid. So you do have to disconnect that in order to get total access to the EBrake boot. So now to remove the existing EBrake boot, you just take out these two 10mm nuts and you begin removing the EBrake boot. So now with those two nuts removed, you just pull up on the metal bracket that's holding the EBrake boot here. And then on the other side, there's just some Velcro that you have to undo here, and undo that Velcro. And then that will begin to release the EBrake boot from where it needs to be. So now the EBrake boot is completely free, and all you have to do now is just pull the EBrake boot up and off the EBrake handle. Alright, and then there you go. There is one OEM EBrake boot. The metal bracket, it's up to you if you want to reuse this metal bracket or not. When I look at Redline Goods installation instructions on putting a new EBrake boot on, they don't even recommend using the existing bracket. So it's up to you if you want to use it. Obviously, you just have to remove the existing boot, which is just stapled on here. Just remove those staples and then put the new EBrake boot onto this bracket. Everything is cut out for it. You'll see here that all these like little cuts are here in case you do want to use the existing bracket. So now with the existing EBrake boot out of the way, a lot of people do just slip this over the existing EBrake handle. I don't want this up in here to be exposed. If you look at the OE EBrake boot, they do have this stitching coming across here, but it's folded over. So what I'm going to do is, just to make that easier, instead of like folding this over and trying to yank this down the handle, I'm going to remove the handle, which is just held on by this bolt over here, which is a 5/32. So I'm just going to go ahead and take that off. So now with that screw undone, you just simply pull up and your EBrake handle is now released. Now they do sell some stitching here. You can remove the existing leather on here and then glue new leather on. Maybe I'll do that down the road, but for right now, I'm not going to be doing that. All right, so right now all I did was just turn the new EBrake boot inside out. All I'm going to do is fish this end of the handle up under here and pop out right there. Leave that right around there. So then now we can just reattach this onto the EBrake handle with that 5/32 bolt. So now all we have to do is pull this back over. Make sure everything is lined up more or less. I'm going to begin just stuffing on this side. All I'm doing is just stuffing the EBrake boot down inside of the carpet on this side. And then on this side, just fish all this wiring and everything down and around the EBrake boot. But that essentially is one EBrake boot done. Now obviously once I put the center console back in here, we may have to make some fine adjustments, but for the most part that is one EBrake boot installed. All right, now with the whole console back together, you can see my shift boot is in and also the EBrake boot. You know, this looks really good. In the words of my buddy Scott over at 512 Garage, little OE plus. Obviously the stock EBrake boot is black with black stitching, so I went with black leather with yellow stitching. Just something a little bit subtle, nothing too crazy. You know, you pull the EBrake up, that's what it looks like. I'm digging it, I like it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I did not use the bracket. You could use the bracket, but you see how it fits in there without the bracket. But again, putting on the bracket is pretty simple with staples, so if I end up not liking how this fits, I can always just pull this back out and put the bracket on. Alright guys, so that'll do it for this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Thank you, and have a great day.